taste so sweet even when they hurt. You wanna feel, wanna fall in love, wanna give it all up, but you don't want to lose your control. Are we playing this game? Oh, are we playing this game? Are you too afraid, or are you giving in? Let the games begin, 'cause I play to win. Are we playing this game? 'Cause I play to win.
To be free, far from what I was led to believe. No holding back, I've made up my mind. Seeing what's next, I'm not sure what I'll find. Holding the key firmly in my hands. I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I've nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move. I
game time. I'm on one, like it's Kelly and I'm Bay bound. Treat the greatest competition like the playground. Freestyling, J spin and make them say wow. Then I beat the brakes off until I'm stay down. Became a king from a common man, and I turned my worst critics to my staunchest fans and worked at it until the world was believing. They gave them no choice but to see it.
Throws it into the monkey's end. Katie's getting it, tossing it out to Hiccup in the middle, who gets bumped away. Clover goes for a pass and gets it. What an incredible get. What an unbelievable pass. Phenomenal team play to tie it up for the Hammer.
Yeah, and truthfully, fantastic camera work.
Before he realizes that ball's going to hit behind him.
Yeah, I've seen that a little bit from both teams. It'll be interesting to see, depending on how the rest of the series goes, if they can change that up, but it doesn't matter that much as Kate carries that in, slow and weird, gets the reset and a little touch over Prosperity and a dirty little
there. That's going to be a big whiff from Hayden, but Jacob realizing that Hayes was perfectly positioned to do what he needed to do. And a feed from Hayden will put it past Squirrel on the defense. Hayden scoring the goal, or the lead retaking goal here to put them up 3-2. And that Squirrel's axles must be absolutely devastated.
Welcome, FDL, to your beautiful Saturday night matchups here. I am Conway Twitchy, and I am joined by a new member of our booth this week, Clover. Welcome to the booth. How you feeling?
I'm a little nervous, Conway, but I'm super ready to see this exciting game, and I just can't wait to get it started.
I am excited too. This is going to be an Elite League matchup between the Gators and the Unicorns, and I haven't really seen any of these players play, but Elite League, best of the best we got here, so I am very excited. If you're ready to get started, I'm ready to get started.
Let's go.
All right, everybody, getting ready. We have the Gators in. Unicorns are in. And this ought to be a good one here for this first kickoff. Looks like it should be Tech Tie, and Blue's going to get it. Blue's going to send it to the corner, play it off the side. Elite waiting for it, can't get to it. Blue is going to run under that ball. As the ball floats in front of the Unicorn's net, long clear, heads towards the corner. Elite's there, tries to pinch it across slowly, but just a little too much power on that. First shot able to be taken. Pressure staying there, but it looks like the Gators are going to try to clear it out, but kept in by the Unicorns. Unicorns are there. Good save by Ollie. Blue is going to have to get to that one in a dangerous spot. Clears it out, pushes it down the field, but Tech Tie keeps it right back in, and the Unicorns are getting good pressure here, Clover. And this ball goes all the way back to the other side there. Gators having the time with it, but going to get sent back by the Unicorns again. Unicorns are going to shoot that ball.
Tech.
Blue pushing this one down. Gets a good touch. It's going to go around. Go in front of the net. Ollie.
Close shot there by Ollie.
Ollie had that one. It was just so close and off.
Good demo by Elite. And there's the goal from Tech Tie.
Yeah, good one there. Popped up around the corner. Drops right down. Ollie not able to get to it fast enough. Tech Tie pops it in. They had a good chance a second ago and hit the post, but that one is going to count for the Unicorns, and they're going to get that first score in at right about 3:47 left on the clock. So still plenty of time for these Gators, but what are you seeing so far, Clover?
I'm seeing a lot of good pressure by Unicorns. I'm seeing that they're seeming to control the ball a bit more. And
yeah,
Gators are...
Go ahead.
I don't know. They're looking a little out of it for where they are. I mean, to be fair, it's still anyone's game. I mean, as soon as Gators get in the hang of it, it's anyone's game. Unicorns, some great pressure here. I mean, they're coming off strong.
Yeah, Oblu tried to get a touch on that. Looked like they jumped, thought it was rolling around. It rolled down, and Unicorns are going to punish that one again. Just good touches all around, and I think you're right. The Gators don't seem to be as in tune as the Unicorns are right now. But I do think that might come to play here soon. You know, it is still the first game. Maybe got pregame jitters, not quite warmed up yet. Maybe just getting used to the opponent's play style here. So looking good so far. 250 left. Unicorns up by 2. Oblu's going to push this down. Can't keep it around, but that's okay. Ollie's there to sweep it up. Elite's going to catch that in the corner and get bumped. Elite pushing it down the field. There was a challenge there by Oblu. Ball kept going, though. That was an odd 50. It's going to center in front of the net. Ooh. And Elite is there to dunk that one in. 2:33 left, and the Unicorns take a 3-0 lead. Right back here to the kickoff, going to be Oblu and Tektai. Elite touches the ball, turns back for boost, comes right back towards it, going to drop it off the backboard, cannot get the double touch. He could not get the double touch, but Elite's going to put that one on, and Unicorns are just throwing everything at the net right now. Gators looking a little out of their swamp.
Like what you did there.
I appreciate that. We keep it light and fun here. Lots of puns and jokes, and that's just how we do it. Tektai gets that one off the kickoff. Good cheat up there, but Oblu able to save that. Push that down the field. Good touch there. It's going to go off of Elite towards the net. Oblu with the demo on Tektai. Ollie trying to get that around Elite, but can't. Gators have to get back. Oblu's going to get some boost there and push that down the field. Gets it around Elite, who was flying through the air. Tektai there, but it gets around Tektai, who pushes it towards the net. Almost an Eagles moment, but just wide. Elite's back in. Ollie, fighting it in the corner. Elite there to push it down and around. Still floating there. Anyone's ball. Oblu's going to get there. Tektai with a good save. Going to carry this one down the field. Yeah, they are. He gets it around Ollie, but pinches it off the crossbar. Ollie had to be careful with that one. Almost an Eagles moment there. Everybody's favorite here on stream, an Eagles moment, but that one's going to get carried by Oblu, taken back by Elite, pushing down the field. The Gators are really just leaving a lot of space for these Unicorns to do what they want, and I don't think that that's benefiting them in the slightest. But that could just be, like I said, them trying to feel them out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, trying to get comfortable with their strategies and movement.
Yeah, losing the first game isn't necessarily a series breaker. It's when you get into the second one and you're playing on the back foot the whole time. But Ollie with a good kickoff there. Can't get it on the rebound. Tektai is there to send it. Oblu is going to push this one towards the corner. Elite's there, though. Taps it in the corner. Oblu's going to send this. Oblu's going to send this one down. Ollie has it up at the air. Can he get it around Elite? He can't. Going for the double touch to get it around him and couldn't. A good carry there by Elite. Got Oblu back. Ollie goes back the other way, but Tektai is just going to go up and get that one. And I think that's going to be my next point, is the Gators just look really grounded. We haven't seen too many aerial plays by them so far, and I don't think the Unicorns have really stayed on the ground much this match at all.
Definitely not. As you can see right now from Elite. I mean, close shot there by Ollie. Just barely nicking the post there.
Yeah, it was a close one. I mean, they're getting shots on, and they've had a couple of opportunities. I mean, well, I guess they aren't getting that many shots on. They only have 3 shots right now to 13 for the Unicorns, so that should be their 4th one. As time counts down, they have 5 saves to 2 by the Unicorns, but just there's not a lot of shots. Really going to have to pick that up in the next game and keep shooting, and don't let the Unicorns get so much pressure. Don't give them so much space. If you're the Gators, what kind of adjustments are you making here?
Personally, as a champ, I would just chase the ball a bit more, maybe control it more instead of banging it away for a 50. I think single jump 50s are one of their best bets here, it's seeming. I mean, that's all I really got. I think they just need to keep up the pressure. That's all.
No, I would agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, that's kind of the thing that control of the ball can go a big way. And excuse me, seems like the Unicorns really had a lot of that on lock. I liked a lot of opportunities there by the Gators. It's just going to be follow through and control, like we talked about. So we'll have to see what happens here in this next match. They didn't give up; they were still fighting. Like I said, shot count was a little low for what we were kind of hoping that they would get, but not too bad. Pretty even for score there for between Elite and Tech Tie. Elite having one extra goal and Tie having 2 saves there, but we should be getting right into this one with this one being game 2. And we'll have to see how this one takes off here. Blue and Elite on the kickoff. Ollie's going to push it down the field. Tech Tie sending it back the other way. Both Ollie and him were on the backboard there. Elite's there, going to bop it towards the center. That one's going off the side. Ollie trying to clear this one out. Elite with a good demo there on Blue. That's going to take out another person of that team. Tech Tie with a shot. Got it past the defender, but not on target. This one going for the double touch here, and Elite's just going to send that wide. A lot of early opportunities here for these Unicorns, but nothing able to get on target so far. Ball's up in front of the net. They're going to play it at the half mark. This one going to go back. Both of the Gators are back for this, and they are going to open their scoring and the scoring here in game number 2. 46 seconds in, and a good team play pass there to just get it around the Unicorns.
And that's the pressure we're looking for in this game, too.
They were certainly making some adjustments there, and they got it kind of what we were looking for. Tech Tie's going to have the ball. Blue got a good touch on it, but it is up for Elite. Tech Tie playing that one in the corner. Ollie going up for that ball. This is the first time I think we've seen Ollie leave the ground in the series. This one coming around. Tech Tie met by Blue. This one a long clear. Tech Tie is back, but looked like Blue said, no, we're going to try to keep this in your half. Unfortunately, it bounced out for him. Ollie's going to challenge that. Good long clear. Elite's up for it and gets a touchdown. Ollie's going to try to keep it in. I like the rotation here by the Gators. Both teams' rotations are good, but we didn't really see these rotations in that first game. They were certainly trying to get comfortable, I think. Good touch off the right there. There's a good 50. This one going to go wide by Ollie, and the Gators just kind of look night and day different here, Clover.
I would say so as well. I mean, I can tell you one thing. The Gators are playing a lot better this game. Better pressure, better control.
I was going to say, and their touches are far better, too. I don't know. Whatever they were doing in Game 1, they certainly figured out not to do it in Game 2 here, as we have 3 minutes left. Blue sending this one back. Elite's going to catch it. And Elite's going to carry that in. Gets it around the defender. And just really good aerial control there by Elite to pop this one up. Pops it over. Gets it over Blue, who tries to turn back on it and can't get there. Actually, that was Ollie in the net trying to get back to that one. They're not playing back post like you would think on some of these. And it just kind of didn't work in their favor there. But this one on the kickoff is going to go the other way. Tech Tie trying to carry this one up the wall. Gets it in the quarter. Drops it back down and then pushes it down again. Yeah, good for
trying to make him awkward.
They're doing a great job of it. That was a good 50, good touch. Deflected Tech Tie's shot there. This one's going to go back around. Elite's up for it. Little pass play by Tech Tie. It goes backwards. Blue's there to get it. And Tie scoops that one off the goal line there. Good save to keep them in this game, but you got to watch those passing plays. Elite's up. Elite takes the shot, and that was what I was warning about there, is he just sent it up, got it to where it needed to, and drug the defender out of the play. And Ollie just not able to get there in time.
It's a really hard shot to save. I mean, the pass in the first place, really good from the Unicorns here.
Yeah, they set it up great. good passing play. We saw a little bit of that from the Gators they're starting to find their rhythm here. 2 minutes left. Ball's going to go right back in front of the net. Tektai takes a shot, but Oblu sending that one the other way, and that was just a really, really good shot there. This one is going to go the other way, though. Ollie playing that one in the front there. It's going to stay midfield. Elite's going to send it down around. Oblu's going to get a really good touch on that one. Going to go right back to the other end there. Ollie's going to try to get this one cleared and can't. Tektai gets a good shot. Caught Oblu just a little out of position and could not get to that ball fast enough. That one's going to hurt a little bit, but they looked good. Still plenty of time here to get 2 goals back, I think, with 1:27 left. They're just going to have to control the ball a little more like we talked about. Little double commit there by the Unicorns. Elite pushing this one up the field. Ollie meeting him in the air, missed the ball, but hit Elite. That's going to maybe work out in their favor. Oblu has some pressure here. Sweeps across, try to take Elite out of the play. Ollie's back, going to pop it off the wall and back around. It gets around Elite, but not around Tektai. Tektai's there, good long pop, good floater. Fighting for it there. Oblu gets to it, but they run into each other in the corner. Dangerous play. They're able to
Good
clear
50.
it out. It went a long way there. Tektai with a floater off the crossbar. Elite with another shot off the crossbar. Tektai going for a fourth that can't get in there. Ollie is there, but Elite is going to make that shot, and Oblu comes out of nowhere to make that save. What a shot and what a save there by the skin of your teeth. Elite's going to pop this one up, and Ollie can't get to it. After the where'd he come from save, oh, a little floater. That one's going to sting a little bit. This game seems to be going the way the first one did here for the Gators. Unicorns getting a good lead here. Just probably not enough time to come back for with the way things are going, but they have certainly improved. And if they can just take a next step in this next game, we may have a reverse sweep in hand here if they can keep it going and just keep the pressure up the way that they had been. Back half of the game has not gone the way the Gators were looking for. That one's going to drop, but Elite's going to keep it up. Zero's on the scoreboard. Elite tries to carry it, can't tap it in. Unicorns take game 2, but a much, much closer game, I'd say, closer than what the scoreboard is going to say for us, because 12 shots for the Unicorns and 4 shots for the Gators again, but it felt like they took more than 4 shots. They just had really good opportunities, I think, and Elite with another hat trick, Tektai with a goal, 2 saves for the Unicorns and 2 saves for the Gators, so the Unicorns shooting was not nearly as crisp this matchup. But what did you see there?
I mean, I think the Gators played definitely better than they did last game, and I think if they step it up like you said, they have a shot at reverse sweeping here.
We have a timeout here by the Gators, so they will get a minute after this matchup to talk it out. They are down 2 in the series. Ollie seems to have left the match. Hopefully they don't have any issue there, but we will give them that timeout to kind of regroup. Our background man, Thor, is going to set that timer, and they're going to get 2 minutes to talk about it. I wonder, I find these things interesting because during our timeouts, when we play and we have to talk about things, it's usually just little things. A couple extra bounces go your way, or just talking about cleaning up touches, or maybe like focusing or queuing in on somebody. We haven't really seen a lot of physical play, and that demo game can make a huge difference. We've seen a couple of demos, but I think, what do you think? If the Gators get a couple more demos and get a couple more bumps, do you think that they can kind of get over that 4-shot hump?
I definitely think so, because it would force the Unicorns into a position that they don't want to be in with the 2v1. I mean, overall, I think they're not playing up to their potential for sure.
Yeah, we've seen flashes of brilliance of these folks. Ollie is back. As soon as this timeout is over, we will get these folks back in here. Timeout is over. Everybody is back. They're going to rock and roll back into this one. Game 3, match point here for the Unicorns, and a very dominating performance so far by them. We'll have to see what they can get done on this kickoff. This ball is going to float over. Tech Tie is waiting for it, going to get it. Pops it towards the net. Ollie makes a save, but leaves it with the wheels. That's going to kill the momentum of the ball, and that is exactly what I was afraid of as I saw that one coming. That touch on the wheels just kills it, and Elite is quite an elite shooter this matchup. Just popping that one into the net. 10 seconds in, Unicorns take that first goal, and Ollie is playing with a very bizarre car. I don't remember the name of it. I think that's the Grog, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting car to choose here from Ollie. Haven't seen that before.
I have never seen that in here either. We get a lot of weird cars, but I don't think I've ever seen a Grog. That save on the other end was absolutely beautiful there, and they get it going the other way, which is going to work out in their favor, but Tech Tie able to flick that one in. Ollie hesitated, and that hesitation cost them a goal on the scoreboard here. Tech Tie flying through the air, gets a good touch with the wheels, flip reset, flips it in. Ollie just a split second too late. That's going to hurt, but they played real good there, and it looks like they're, like I said, looks like they've kind of got something going. Just maybe a couple missed touches and just ever so slightly missing that ball, doing them in there, but both teams missed the ball there. Oblu going to carry this one up and send it across for Ollie, who's there. A little bit more zip on that ball, and that one is probably going in, but this one back towards the other way. Ollie fighting in the air like a dogfight against Elite there. Oblu's going to push this one back, bumping off of Tech Tie there. Oblu puts it on net. Elite is able to clear it out, and Tech Tie's there with a shot. Neither of the defenders can get there. They have been just a little bit more reactive this matchup than proactive, I think. They're not getting the aggression that we saw in game number 2, and now they're down 3 goals. You know what I mean, Clover?
Yeah, and as well, a really good team play from the Unicorns here. Great aerial pass into a greatly placed shot from Tech.
I can only imagine how long the Unicorns must have warmed up today to be clicking on all cylinders like that, and just these passing plays are absolutely uncanny. It's probably one of my favorite things about Rocket League, just because of never knowing exactly which direction that ball is going to come off of a car with the hitboxes and the walls. But, you know, Tech Tie and Elite seem to have really figured that out here. Elite's going to send that back the other way, and there's still 3 minutes in this matchup, but Tech Tie jams that one in from a long pass. Elite just takes it up, puts it around. It's going to drop right perfectly, and like we were talking about, the passing plays just so crisp. One of those is probably going to be on a highlight reel somewhere next week. If it's not on it, it'll certainly be in consideration, because that was just an excellently placed pass. Tech Tie clearing this one off the backboard. There's Elite gets bumped by Ollie in the Grog there. Elite's carrying this over, goes for the pass. Good challenge there by Oblu. Oblu with the demo on Elite. That's what we were talking about, something that might be beneficial for them. Tech Tie is going to get a long clear there after Ollie had touched that in the air. Oblu with another touch, pushing back on it. Misses the second touch, though. Elite comes flying over. Ollie comes out of the goal to make the play on it, to make the save that we were hoping for. They were hoping for. Elite's going to push that one over, carry it up, and dunk it in with the lightest of double touches there. I thought he was just going to carry it in, but right here at the end, you just see it just barely touch. Just a beauty.
I think the only way the Gators have a chance here with 0-5 is if they take more time with their plays. I mean, that's all I can see.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to get a kickoff there for him so we could make this a series, but they weren't able to get it. Ollie's going to carry this one around. That one gets touched down by Tech Tie. Back for Oblu, who's going to take a shot, but Elite with that car control just gets there. And that can be just a little bit demoralizing. No matter what you get on, the other guy just gets there. Oblu trying to play this off the backboard and waits for it. Ollie with a breakaway chance, but that one's going to roll towards the corner. Can he get it across? He cannot. Elite's going to send that back the other way. It's going to drop down. Tech Tie out of position, back just a little bit too far there. Ollie comes around and dunks that in using the hefty front end of that grog. And showing some life here. They get something going. Tech Tie just barely missed that ball. Started with a little momentum there for the Gators.
They still have a chance here with only 1:45 left. Let's hope they can make something happen to make this a good series.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something. They cannot give up any more goals. That's pretty much going to be like the biggest thing. You're already down 5. You cut it to 4. Elite with a demo there. Ollie is there, coming back. Elite just barely misflips that one. That one's not going to feel good for him. Ollie is up in the air and fighting with Elite there. Tech Tie pops it over to keep it back in. Ollie on the gas and the brakes, but Elite there with a big demo on Ollie. Oblu pushing it down the field. Elite is able to get there. Ollie is right back with another shot. Could not get the follow-up. Tech Tie with a good bump there. And time is counting down. We're about to hit that last minute, but good defensive play there by the Gators. And they still have time, but if they're going to get something going, they got to start scoring quick. Long shot there by Tech Tie that doesn't go in. Oblu gets a good save there and a clear. Elite is there. Ollie's going to push it down the field. Pop it around the corner. Tech Tie with a good touch in front of the net there, though. Oblu sends it off to the side. Good pop. It's going to drop towards the net, but Elite is just reading those things perfectly. I can see why they call him Elite. Elite defense, Elite offense. It's just nothing but Elite on that side, and Tech Tie going to get a really good shot there and pop it off, but Elite was pushing that towards the net. Got touched by Ollie, and Tech Tie finishes that one off with Oblu flipping in front of the net. That's got to be a very frustrating feeling. Going for the kickoff here, and I think the Unicorns would rather this one be their last, but no. Elite puts that towards the net. That one's going to go off the goalpost. We almost took a little trip to Brazil there, but Gators are doing what they can to try to stop it. Tech Tie is going to send that one long to the side there. Oblu is waiting. Tech Tie popping it up, dropping it down. Oblu's going to pop that one over. It's going to touch, and the Unicorns are going to take this series 3-0 in 2 absolutely dominant games. And the middle one there, Gators showed some life, but they weren't able to finish that one off. That's going to be frustrating for them. And they all left before I could look at the stats. Just unfortunate here. They
Elite.
Go ahead.
Elite really carried that game. I mean, he dropped 1,000 points. I mean, can't do any better than that, can you?
No, 1,000 points is really, really good there. I mean, Tech Tie 757, not too bad. They had, okay, I can see it now here on the stream. We have 13 shots for Elite and Tech Tie total, and 9 shots there by Ollie and Oblu. That is, they got the shot numbers up. They just couldn't get anything to go in, I think. Only had that one goal there from Ollie and an assist by Oblu, and 5 saves total. They were keeping it close for a bit, but those first 2 goals right off the rip, 10 seconds in, will put you in a hole that is hard to get out of. I mean, we've seen people come back from it, but most of the time, very, very difficult there. And everybody gone. I don't know if we're going to get an interview here. We'll have to
Tech
see.
is in the waiting room.
Well, we do have one of the Unicorns. Tech Tie, do you know if Elite is coming as well?
Hold on, can you hear me? Yeah, I think Elite's gonna be joined soon. Let me.
All right, we'll give it a couple seconds, get that all settled in. But in the meantime,
There he is.
there we go.
I thought only one of us at a time were going to do it.
Oh, no, you can both be in here. That's okay. Welcome, Unicorns. Congratulations. Absolutely dominant showing. How long have you two been playing together? Because those past plays were crisp.
How you want to answer that?
We really kind of just started last Swiss season. We played a little bit. I don't know if you saw in the Swiss league, we got second. And then ever since that, we haven't played much. But yeah, we made that chemistry when we were in the Swiss League, and then just kind of been there.
You could have fooled me because you guys definitely put on a clinic. That game too, Gators fought back really hard and seemed to try to keep it a little closer. What was going through your mind there as they were kind of taking over early?
To be honest, they really just started chasing the ball a lot more. It made it harder for us to just do whatever we wanted. So we just chased back and shut it down.
Clover, I think that was one of your keys is to chase the ball a little bit more.
Yep, that's the champ mindset from me.
Well, it certainly worked out in your favor. You guys were just everywhere, and we could tell. Just lots of grinding and lots of practice and putting everything through it. Everything to good. Clover, do you have any questions for these folks?
I gotta ask, does it seem like the Gators were playing up to their potential?
I mean, I never really played with those guys, but I'm gonna assume not, just considering this is the elite league, and I don't know, it just seemed a little slower than normal.
That's fair. Do you guys think you played up to your expectations or potential?
I know that
Yeah.
I definitely didn't. I definitely missed a couple of easy aerials or shots, and it's just haven't been playing the game as much, to be honest. So
I think offensive wise, we played right.
yeah,
I expect us to play at least that well on offense every week. It'd be pretty good for us. But if we play more together, I think we can handle the rest of the season pretty well.
That's great to hear. We like that.
Well, I don't have any more questions. If you don't have any more questions, Clover, we can turn this over to you two. You guys can call out or shout out, or this is your time to say whatever you're feeling towards this Rocket League season here.
I ain't got anything to say.
I just say shout out to Elite for being on the team. Shout out for Mari to make this Unicorns team, and shout out to my girlfriend in the chat, the Space Witch, and also shout out to my sister Masha, who's probably in the chat.
That's awesome. We love the support here. Such a great league. Everybody coming out, hanging out. In the meantime, stick around. We will be back in about 20 minutes for the next matchup here on stream. I'm Conway Twitchy, and I've been joined by Clover. We will see you shortly.
taste so sweet even when they hurt. You wanna feel, wanna fall in love, wanna give it all up, but you don't want to lose your control. Are we playing this game? Oh, are we playing this game? Are you too afraid, or are you giving in? Let the games begin, 'cause I play to win. Are we playing this game? 'Cause I play to win. Cause I play to win. You fear that love is hard to find. It's in your heart, but it's in your mind. Are we playing this game? Oh, are we playing this game? Are you too afraid, or are you giving in? Let the games begin, 'cause I play to win. Are we playing this game? 'Cause I play to win. Cause I play to win. Took me down, had me feeling alone. So long, darling. Right here and now, we can try this again. If you're in, I'm in, darling. I finally see what I need to be free. Fall from what I was led to, but no holding back, I've made up my mind. Seeing what's next, I'm not sure what I'll find. Holding the key firmly in my hands, I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I've nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move. I wanna hide now. You helping me down.
Good evening, FDL viewers. Welcome to a lovely Saturday night Rocket League festival that we have. You know, for those of you out there that maybe didn't have Valentine's Day plans yesterday, maybe a little sad, we've got something great that's really going to help cheer your spirits up this night. We've got an awesome Star League match between two undefeated teams. We've got the Dragons on one side, and they are going against the home team of the Penguins, hence the snowy field, which if you were to ask my teammate in Expert League is blasphemy, but it's okay. He's one of those weird Penguins. But I am very excited about this match, KG. How about yourself?
Oh, definitely excited about this match, and we've got. I know one of us in this booth has some ties to this, so I'm a little excited to see what happens.
You're a Penguin?
No. What I was talking about.
Oh shit, that's right. I am. Excuse me.
Yeah, but yes, I am excited about this match.
Yes, I'm very excited. Penguins definitely off to a strong start, but this Dragons team looks really solid. Do you think any team is has the edge coming into this?
To be honest, no. I think both teams are probably. It's kind of hard to. I think, and right now, no, and overall, because I think both teams are kind of it's a few weeks into the season. I think both teams are probably starting to get established. I think as of right now, no, but we're going to find out if anybody can separate themselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I legitimately think this will be a close match. As much as I love and pull for the Penguins, clearly this Dragons team is 3-0 for a reason. So if I'm ready, are you ready to watch some Rocket League, KG?
Oh, heck yeah, I am.
All right, let's get these guys going.
Jeez, I'm super excited. This is going to be, this is star matchup. We've got Ward and Light looking like they're meeting with T-Nori and Moto waiting. Let's see what Moto and T-Nori decide to do. Any cheats, any not. But Ward and Light going to meet. They both meet there, and this Ward gets it. Moto moving up. A little bit of a slow play. Flicks it over T-Nori and gets a kickoff goal to start this off, Professor.
I mean, that's just a solid kickoff goal, an awkward position for T-Nori, and Moto with just the early shot behind, awkward position all around. It's definitely a strong start for the Dragons, but it's also so early, you can brush that one off.
Exactly like that. T-Nori and Ward meet. Light gets that boost, comes off the wall, making a play on it, flicks it up, but unfortunately goes way high as Moto takes that and moves it forward. Bouncing it off the wall right to T-Nori. T-Nori sends it right back. T-Nori has a pretty much open space. Can Ward get back in time? Yes, and T-Nori cannot get that on and slip it in. Ward does take that corner, tries to, both Moto and Light, both Mortar and Ward, as Light flicks it in, ties it up. Woof.
Great flip reset shot here from Light. Got both defenders going for it. Just sneaks it over one and just fast enough where Ward can get in there. So fantastic solo play. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now from both teams. How about yourself, KG?
Oh, definitely. But 250s right there. This 50 gets inside Penguins territory. Light sends that to the corner. Good job. Moto misses that corner boost and unfortunately sends it back to their own side. Moto trying to play with it and sends it right back in, so preventing some sort of craziness on their side. Ward, I think, accidentally flips up and does not get what they wanted. Those things happen. It's game one. It is tied. There's nothing to really worry about. Gets it around to Light. Light has to get back as Moto and Ward are moving up. Does get back. Lots of time for the defense as T-Nori sends us to the opposite side as both teams look like they're sizing each other up. A minute has gone by, and it's pretty even already right off the bat.
I would say very even. Oh, T-Nori almost sneaks that one in. I love the use of the bounce shot there. But yeah, both teams have had good offensive attack, going for some aerial plays with a mix of team plays, but still even. So I definitely like what I'm seeing here.
50 by Moto on boostless Light. Light can't get that boostless, so it was a good job by Ward. Moto turning on this, slow playing it a little bit. Can't get around T-Nori this time. Ward is going to send this up, take that side boost, and now slow plays this as Light gets a good 50. Moto coming across, taking that one, sends it in, demoed by T-Nori. Ward sends Light backwards, but does not get the ball as T-Nori moves up on this, getting that mid boost. Demo on by Light on Ward. Moto is able to stop T-Nori, but and Ward goes up around Light. Light turns around in time. Can he get there? No! Ward with a good enough touch, taking the lead with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I think Light just caught a little bit of an awkward position. I think Ward respawned that side from the demo, so he's just was in the perfect place at the perfect time, catching that. And I honestly thought that was bouncing out, so the post was fine. Very, very friendly to the Dragons right now, which is boding well for them.
That ball sitting there, wanting to go somewhere, leaving a trail in the snow. Moto pulling up, dribbling this one, gets it around Light. T-Nori plenty of boost, but misses it. Ward follow up. T-Nori almost saves it, sending it, but this takes that lead, or extends that lead by 2, 3-1, Professor.
The nice early flick to go to the first defender, and then T-Nori looks like he was ready to go up, but afraid of the bump, I think, tried to backflip out of it, but unfortunately just put him in an awkward position to defend that rebound. So a solid offensive play by the Dragons there. And I definitely think the Dragons are playing very, confidently offensively, and there's another one for them.
Yes, that was a very good touch here. Good 50 right there by both Moto, and I believe it was Light. T-Nori trying to get back, couldn't, just not quite fast enough in this case. Almost making that touch, not there, but 3-goal lead. We're not quite halfway through, although we might as well call it that. Light 50ing Ward. Ward's going to take that boost, but Light's going to beat Ward, get sent back a little bit. Ward going up for T-Nori, sends it back wall, can't really get a double touch. Moto missing it, open up her goal opportunity. Light slows down a little bit, looking for a solo play, coming down, trying to pinch it down, but Moto reads that one and gets that corner boost, trying to set themselves up. T-Nori reads that one very well, looking for a double tap and can't get that one. Light coming in, unfortunately, soars it high, trying to go for a double tap yet again and not quite reaching it. So opportunities for the Penguins right there, not able to get it there, Professor.
Yeah, I feel like the Penguins are maybe not as well positioned offensively to follow up when there's opportunities, but that's a fantastic shot from Light. I did not think there was an angle for him to score there. Did you?
No, I didn't. When Light went up, I kind of thought Light was trying just to keep it in there instead of like expecting a clear. No, that was a shot on goal. That was a nice shot. That cuts the lead in half. That's a beautiful play. T-Nori's going to meet T-Ward. That's a 50. Light's going to try to take control. Moto gets the ball into Penguins territory, but Light taking that boost, preventing Moto from continuing. Ward stops Light's attempt. T-Nori keeping it in, but sends it right to Moto, who sends it skying to the ceiling. No follow-up, though. Light sending it right back into Ward. We're at about a minute 30, 2-goal lead, and the Penguins, I still feel like are in it, but the Dragons definitely have control.
Yeah, I'd agree. The Penguins they definitely still, there's a lot of time. You only need 2 goals. They've had some good opportunities, but I still think leaning heavily on solo plays, I'd like to see a little bit more of a team effort. Maybe some bumper demo plays, but they have the offensive power to get this scored.
Oh yes, a minute to go here. We're counting down. Excuse me, T-Nori lets Ward send it to him. Maybe a self pass, and does get the self pass. What an angle, cutting that lead even more. What a shot.
That's a great shot, and I mean, honestly, making me look dumb as a caster by doing a solo play and scoring.
No. No. Everything can happen at any time in this Rocket League game. That's why I love that this is Rocket League. We are just calling it like we see it until they, like you said, prove us wrong. Moto trying to get out of the corner, trying to do the same thing, sending it to Ward, and getting a little bit more insurance.
Yeah, just great positioning here by Ward. I mean, he positioning there, he's still able to get back. That's unlikely to be a ball that's going to fly back in terms of a counterattack straight into his net, and then is just able to eat that ball up when it goes right out to him. So, these Dragons continue to position themselves really well offensively, and they've definitely capitalized based on that.
Ooh, Moto can't get the 50. Light's got a play here, looking for maybe a try to air drag. It does. No attempt, unfortunately, and that cuts the lead down to 1. 32 seconds, Professor.
Making every, pixel work for that Fennec. That's a tough 50 for anybody to win. And the Penguins, they keep having great solo plays. Will they get one more opportunity in 32 seconds?
No, they decided not to cheat, and Moto does, and there we go, extending lead yet again.
Yeah, I don't know if that was maybe a miscall or a misplay. Is that you think you're cheating, or was that ball supposed to go into the back corner to Light and just ended up center?
That is a definite strategy on kickoffs. Ward's gonna bring it back, maybe waste a little bit of time, making Light chase him, gets that boost going, and unfortunately Light wasting all of it, but gets that corner, luckily getting it around Moto, who actually sends it back. That's what they're trying to do, just keep that ball away from the Penguins, who are now needing some sort of crazy goal right now to get in this, but that time is ticking down, and Professor, it's not going to happen. Dragons take game 1.
Not going to happen. I mean, credit to the Dragons for really positioning well, capitalizing on kickoff mistakes. They took every chance that the Penguins gave them. Penguins had some phenomenal solo plays, and it was a very close game, but ultimately the mistakes that they had were punished.
Yes, and then the nice shooting, though, to the Ward and Light, 100% shooting. Decent saves, but I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like both teams probably feel like they had opportunities that they wasted. It's very possible that this could have been an even higher scoring game in general, considering that there were some opportunities, but also decent defense. It was really good. I think the 50s were the story of this game, but you said it earlier. This series is going to be close. I'm really hoping the rest of the games are like this.
Yeah, well, I think it's a great contrast of styles too. I think you see some great solo plays coming out from the Penguins, but then a little bit more positional, team focused game coming out from the Dragons. And you know what? Each style can work, and it's all dependent on the players and how they read off of one another. And it's great to get to see these two styles just clash.
And this is you said the high skill level, definitely doing a good job as both teams, respectively executing their thing. So that makes it really good. Tinori and Ward getting there ahead of time and kicking another kickoff goal. What's going on?
I think they're waddling. I think the Penguins are waddling on these kickoffs. They've got to go a little faster. That just looks like a mistake. Tinori flipping past the ball, and these things happen. But obviously, when you're down one game and when you surrendered a couple kickoff goals last game, that is not what you want to have happen.
No, definitely not. But you got to, just like last time. Unfortunately, maybe the kickoff goal early and
goodness,
what a touch! It just shut me up.
Yeah, this is. I mean, the fact that he got a reset and got one more touch on it.
Wow.
That was an incredible shot by Ward. Arguably undefendable, because I feel like if I'm in the net there, I'm thinking, oh, he's already missed. There's no way he's going to hit this again.
No, and unfortunately does get that touch. Now that one is a little bit more disheartening than the first one. Light's going to get this off the corner. Ward doesn't have any boost. Coming off the ceiling, maybe our little reset does, but unfortunately hitting the wall, not the best of angles. I love the try. Moto going up. Light doing a great job of getting back and sending this to the corner and getting the corner boost. Maybe looking for a bump on Ward, can't do it. Tinori moving up and Light moving up. Here we go, dribble opportunity. Can Moto get there? Moto does. Tinori turns away from it, probably trying to avoid some sort of demo, and that was an opportunity had they been more aggressive, but I don't blame him for not being that aggressive right there, Professor.
Yeah, there's still enough time left. You don't need to be crazy aggressive yet, because it's worth it to not give up another goal. And here's Light with another nice solo play. I'm telling you, if you're the other team, and even though I hate to give them tips, you don't want to give this man time to get into the air.
No, I think that's the third time I've seen that goal in 3 different placements, so you do have to respect it. Moto, that's a great air drag. This is a good 50 that's going to lead to a possible goal, and my gosh, the Dragons have the kickoff goals down pat.
Yeah, Light is way on the side of that ball. Looks like he didn't get the hit. Leaving, I'm not sure if he's doing a car change really quick. Is he back?
Is that a lost connection possibility? I don't know. We're going to keep it.
I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll keep going for now. We'll try and find out what happened between the match.
Flick by Light trying to make a second play, can't quite do it. This is going to be centered a little bit. Tinori keeps it to that side. Ward can't push that on net. Light trying to stop it. Moto's up, sending it down to Ward. Ward's got enough boost, but missing that one. And unfortunately, the recently living T Nori sends it back down and getting a good clear. We're not even halfway through. There are 4 goals scored yet again, 3-1, pretty much the same as last time. Still an opportunity for Penguins to get back into it, Professor.
Yeah, and that was a great attempt there from Light. I don't know if there were some miscommunications or if T Nori's just a little anxious to commit, because Light was able to get the bump on the defender in what should have been an open net. But I know the way the Dragons have been rotating, it's hard to count on any open net.
This is definitely a good point right there. Light moving up, great touch. Ward is there. Good patience by Ward, but with a great touch by Light. Light turning on it. T Nori a little too far up, has to touch this. That's back wall. Ward gets a good stop. That's going to hit the ceiling. Light coming up on it is able to keep this inside and instead goes for mid boost, letting Moto touch it. Light goes up, bumps Moto out of the way. T Nori has to go up for it and does, winning that 50. No mid boost, goes for the side, or sorry, corner, steals that one, but no follow up as Moto and T Nori turning around. T Nori missing Moto's, well, both T Nori missing and Moto, and we're halfway through, and there's a bit of a lull here as both teams trying to find their footing right now.
Yeah, and I'm seeing some of the Penguins plays, and it's almost looking like, I don't know, maybe they're not as active in the comms, because I feel like they had an opportunity to maintain pressure there, and they chose not to, like going for another aerial play, but they've definitely got the offensive talent to get another goal here.
Oh my gosh, I saw that one coming, but just wasn't able to execute it yet again, trying to do a bounce shot off the ceiling, but not able to get. T Nori missing with a fake. Light trying to finesse touch that over, can't quite do it. Moto, not a clean enough touch to continue a counterattack. Moto missing this one. Light is trying to set themselves up. Ward decides to pull away. Light gets dunked by Ward. T Nori moving up, is able to hit it up forward and get that out of their zone. And while not a ton of goals ever since the last one, the game has been pretty even since then.
Yeah, I think minus kickoff goals. I mean, the kickoff goals are really the big difference right here. Each team has a goal, basically from normal play, but then the Dragons have 2 kickoff goals. So if you're the Penguins, you really have to clean up that kickoff play and obviously score a couple goals to get back.
Nice catch by Light and a nice 50 keeping it in. Actually stealing the corner boost, but allowing Ward. T Nori a little too far up, giving it back to Ward, who has no boost. Trying to fight, just being a bully, and that's a little bit of a dunk by T Nori on their own teammate. Moto going in, sending this a little bit wide, and they cannot get that follow-up as we are now officially underneath a minute. Time is now definitely going to be a factor from here on out, as 2 goals is not insurmountable, but it is getting tougher and tougher.
Well, and something I noticed the Dragons are doing, I mean, they are just being annoying. Whenever they are in offense, they are not leaving the ball. They are not giving the Penguins an easy time to get the ball out of their defensive half.
No, and not only that, Moto, they're also doing a good job of keeping time on their side, if that makes any sense. Light can't quite get set as T Nori, I think, was trying to pass to Light. Ward with a good touch. We're getting back down to that last time. Not enough time for them to score 2 goals, and it looks like the Dragons are going to take game 2 yet again. It's just dependent on the score. Ward trying to keep it up, and does. Can Light get back there in time to get a touch? Yes, good dribble here, but unfortunately, that hits the ground, and yes, the Dragons take game 2.
Yeah, you definitely gotta look at the kickoff goals on that. I mean, I would say aside from that, a very even match. I mean, definitely solid defensive rotations, solid defense overall from the Dragons, but you take that back, and I mean, this game would be going overtime.
Oh, yeah, and Ward is officially, I believe, shooting 100% for the series. I could be wrong. Light, 1 for 6 this time, not able to get 100%. That is good defense. They were able to get Light off target, and now I think we have to worry about, what's being said. And we have, and I'll let you go ahead and say what you got to say, because I see some update.
Yes, we did confirm Light did DC, so that was why he did leave and then rejoin. So that's the update there. I'm a bit surprised the Penguins aren't taking a timeout. Excuse me. It seems like it could be a good time to do it. I mean, if for nothing else than just to focus on, hey, we're maybe going to go for a little simpler kickoff strats, just basically trying not to lose. What's the most neutral kickoff you can go for? I would definitely advocate that, but they seem confident. So they're getting right back into it. Penguins like reverse sweeps, speaking for myself.
I would argue that first one, that was a complete whiff. I don't think you're going to see that again by either of these players. That right there just seems like once in a while you're going to hit double A instead of doing a speed flip. You're going to do a half or like a weird half flip once in a while. Wow, Ward able to send this in, just bullying Light not having enough boost. My goodness gracious, what a touch.
And again, the Dragons are relentless in offense. They just will not give the Penguins a chance to breathe. And the Penguins have not been able to capitalize any sort of counterattacks that would really start to push them back.
Ooh, Ward gets bump, a great touch pushing forward. Tinori is able to get this. Not able to get a great touch on it. Nice little fake there, but Moto reads that one very well. Not able to get that corner boost, though. Is able to get a great touch. That's going to hit the ceiling. Ward's going to read this one. Now going to make it dangerous. Tinori's coming off the ceiling. Good job getting that one as Moto catches this one. Ward going for a bump. Does get the bump, and good job by Moto sending it in. And this is teamwork by the Dragons. And they are starting to get, as you said, relentless.
Yeah, they're very frustrating to play against when you're defending because they don't let off. They stay longer. They maybe do unexpected challenges, and so the Penguins have got to do something to put them on the back foot. Right now, the Dragons are just running roughshod all over them.
Nice touch by Light right there, and a great demo opportunity here. Can they get a pass? No, they cannot get that pass in there. Light getting there. Moto, though, getting a great 50 and making the Penguins have to retreat back. 2 full boosters back with 2 almost no boosters going forward, and yet the Penguins still can't get anything going. We have just gone through a minute. There's still plenty of time. Tinori can't quite get this one hit solidly to get that dangerous. Tinori, the great demo opportunity for Light to send it in. Can Ward get back in time? No, and that's a good job right there. That's what they need. Disruption.
Yeah, good recognition by Tinori of the other Dragon teammate, Moto, going ahead for the demo and realizing that Ward was all alone. Essentially, you demo him, and that could be a nice momentum shifter to where the Dragons now have to play a little bit more cautiously because they're nervous about demos, they're nervous about getting scored on.
Ooh, Ward. I'm actually a little surprised Ward did not go for that one. Moto sending in an opportunity, but not able to get this one down. And yes, actually, good touch. Tinori has a chance. Moto recovers very well and gets that dunk, and it looks like it's going to counter in and go, and that's just unfortunate for the Penguins. My goodness.
Yeah, I think Tinori wanted a different hit there. I understand he's trying to maybe see if he can get the defender to get a clean miss, but I don't think in that situation you're going to. I think you have to just try and sneak that ball in, or at least get a solid 50.
Oh, this is a good opportunity. Light sending it back while Moto with a good touch. Tinori decides not to go as Moto has another one. That's a hit off the ceiling. That's going to be a little bit of a center. Ward trying to get that in, cannot do it as Light trying to take control, slows it down. Good 50 and looking like they're going to get the boost. Moto gets a good 50, but Tinori is able to punch this in, looking for a chase, maybe looking for a demo opportunity. Great bump, but that is not able to get that down as Light. The opportunities there just couldn't get that slotted as Tinori and the team play doing a good job. But just everything's just so close for the Penguins, just not quite there, Professor.
Yeah, they've had some solid opportunities, and whether, again, solid defense by the Dragons or just a slight misplay or maybe a bit of a misread. I would like to see them play a little bit faster, but that's another great goal by the Dragons.
And this is where the hesitation comes in. Light probably could have challenged this, not knowing, and Moto with a great placement. Wow, right now I think the Dragons just have a lot of confidence going. Maybe although, as I say this, if the Penguins push too hard, you never know. It could just screw everything up. What a fake by Light on Moto, cutting the lead in half. Woo!
That's a great answer, because they needed some sort of momentum shift, and getting this type of fake is so good for the mental game. The other thing I've been noticing, KG, too, is that the Dragons are very close position, so that when there is a favorable 50, when there is a ball that's hit slightly past where their teammate, they immediately have the other teammate going forward.
Ooh, good demo by Moto as Light looked to make a challenge. leaving it open for T-Nori to just be let out to dry. It's not that, I mean, don't get me wrong, not their fault. That's just a good job at the Dragons. Their teamwork is on point.
And Ward with a great flick. I mean, Moto was there no matter what happened, but great flick to put it home.
This is starting to get a little crazy. Light with a nice touch right there. Good dunk by Light, but that's going to go directly in the corner. No follow-up by anybody. Ward with a good touch as T-Nori came flying by, not able to get anything on it. Light having to go up. That's going to go off ceiling. Moto is already up, touching it down, but wide left as T-Nori gets a good touch and clear. Not able to get that mid boost, though. Ward trying to make a play, coming off the wall, and gets that nice touch as Light able to get a little bit on there. Great pass down to Moto. Double miss by everybody. Moto coming in, Light with a good 50. Minute 30 to go. 3-goal lead. They need to score super quick here because they really just don't have enough time.
Exactly. They need to score immediately. And I think the funny thing is the Dragons are playing as if this is still a close game. They are not letting their foot off the gas and giving the Penguins any opportunity to get back into this.
Yeah, Ward bumping Light a little bit right there. T-Nori able to get this sent back. Ward getting the corner boost. No boost for T-Nori. Good touch by Ward. Ward trying to get it around Light and does. Light is able to get this corner boost. Slow down a little bit of a pinch. Moto getting a good touch, but T-Nori is able to push this one away, but the Dragons are still in Penguins territory, and they just are relentless, like you said.
Yeah, they definitely, they're a scary looking team right now. I mean, most Dragons are scary. Some are nice and cuddly, but these kind are definitely not.
No. There's no Puff the Magic Dragon here right now. These are all a bunch of the ones from that one movie with Matthew McConaughey.
What
and
a goal.
Right there, Light. One thing you can say about Light, the solo plays from Light have been absolutely incredible. So offensive powerhouse by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's the one thing that's consistently worked tonight is their ability to make great solo plays. But, you know, they have to work so hard for these goals based on the way the Dragons are playing.
And this Light's got to do something right here. Almost a good hit. T-Nori sending it forward. Can Light read this one? Sends it down. T-Nori having to go up and does, but Moto with such a good 50. T-Light with a good job touching that one, getting the corner, giving T-Nori a chance to get back. Moto setting it back wall. Light a little bit awkward, and instead of going up for it, lets Ward do it. Nobody going for it, wasting time. Good job by the Dragons. And unfortunately, yet again, third game in a row where we have 2-goal lead and not able to close that gap.
Yeah, solid series for the Dragons. They looked really good throughout. They played really well as a team, and you know, we're consistent. You know, that was another piece of this is just they were consistent on defense. They were consistent on offense. Really put the Penguins in an uncomfortable position.
And with that last game, I believe Ward almost goes 100% for the series, just missing one shot. So I'd say that's decent. But yeah, that was a wonderful series. Again, this is one of those series where if it's a sweep, but it felt so good to watch. One team, like both teams, like are there. One team just was able to take advantage, kickoff goals, mistakes, and the other team just couldn't quite seem to get the ones. Some things happened wide, some things happened here. They just weren't quite able to get there, and but I feel like there's room for growth. You just never know; things could change for them later.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely right. This is only the fourth match of the season. There's a lot of Rocket League left to be played. A lot you can learn and take away from this. And I'm sure the Penguins, the Star Penguins team, will be going back to the drawing board, thinking about how they approach this team if they play them again. But again, credit where credit is due. The Dragons, they definitely applied the fire.
Yeah, no, we got there's somebody in chat, Honk, that is definitely loving this, and they should be proud of themselves, but everybody should be proud of themselves. I really do think that the Penguins should be too, because they played really well. I think T-Nori maybe could have played a little less apprehensive, but I think it didn't matter. Wonderful game, but I think right now we have the winners in here, Professor.
It looks like we do. Mr. Moto, Mr. Ward, how
Hello,
are you,
hello.
gentlemen? How do you feel?
Scared. Scared.
Scared?
Definitely scared.
What was the scariest thing from that match?
Light.
Light with boost.
Light with boost. Light in the air, I'd say.
Yeah, he definitely was dangerous every time he got up there, but I feel like your play style countered it so well. You guys just had so much pressure. You would not let the Penguins get out of their half, and I think it's kind of rude to beat up on a Penguin, but to each their own.
I mean, it is prime food for a dragon, I'd say.
There's bigger game out there.
That's
If
true.
you
It's
ever
like
played Ark Survival Evolved, you know how to beat a penguin. That's all I'm gonna say.
So how do you guys feel about the season thus far? Now you're 4-0.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. We've just been doing one game at a time, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I guess season's going good so far. We'll see how it goes.
Job not finished.
Job not
done?
finished.
No.
Well, clearly it seems like the mentality is working. So do you think Light not eating dinner played a role in the loss tonight?
Oh
Because
yeah.
there
he
was
was
for the viewers that can't see that, there was a lot of chat about Light not eating dinner.
Yeah, it was definitely a rookie mistake of Light to not eat beforehand, and I think it bite him in the, you know what? I mean, it's everyone knows you got to eat before the match, like unless you have like a little snack to call a timeout and nibble on. But like, come on, like, what are you doing?
So wise words first off. You don't want low blood sugar when you're playing Rocket League. So what did you guys fuel up with tonight?
Corn dogs.
I mean,
What?
I
What's
had
that?
popcorn,
Corn dogs. I had corn
Corn
dogs.
dogs.
popcorn and corn dogs.
All right, so corn is the the grain that is in both of those. So you heard it out there. If anyone is trying to get good at Rocket League, corn heavy diet
Yeah, it
shouldn't
has
be
some
hard because
juice,
they're like
bro.
everything's made out of corn. All right, KG, you got any questions for these guys?
No, to be honest, I wanted to say thank you for a good series. It was awesome to watch you guys play. I can't wait to see you guys later in the season. It feels like we're going to see some sort of dragon in the playoffs, if you know what I mean. So I thank you very much for coming out here for the stream.
No, thank you for casting. It's on your time, guys. Come on now.
Thank you, Moto, for making me a winner.
Okay.
I'm sure your GM is in chat also waiting for a shout out.
Yeah, we do everything for Galloway. Everything's for him.
Well, yeah, great job tonight, guys. It was awesome to get to watch you play.
Appreciate it.
Well, if there's nothing more, don't go too far, viewers out there. We've got a great match coming up between my team, but I am not playing, the Expert Penguins, and the Eagles, both of which those teams are undefeated. So we're having two undefeated matches back to back. Hoping that one will go a little bit better. Instead of a dragon beating up on a waterfowl, it's like, bird versus bird. Should be a little easier.
so sweet even when they hurt. You wanna feel, wanna fall in love, wanna give it all up, but you don't want to lose your control. Are we playing this game? Oh, are we playing this game? Are you too afraid, or are you giving in? Let the games begin, 'cause I play to win. Are we playing this game? 'Cause I play to win. Cause I play to win. You fear that love is hard to find. It's in your heart, but it's in your mind. Are we playing this game? Oh, are we playing this game? Are you too afraid, or are you giving in? Let the games begin, 'cause I play to win. Are we playing this game? Cause I play to win. Took me down, had me feeling alone. So long, darling. Right here and now, we can try this again. If you're in, I'm in, darling. I'll finally see what I need to be free. Fall from what I was led to, but no holding back, I've made up my mind. Seeing what's next, I'm not sure what I'll find. Holding the key firmly in my hands, I'm looking forward, I know where I stand. And this is it, I've nothing to lose. Now is the right time, I'm making my move. I wanna hide now. You can't bring me down.
What's going on, Frontier Doubles League? We have the 10 o'clock hour on us, and we have another match of Rocket League and Expert League. But before we get into the two teams, let's get into who my caster with me is. And it's Lasagna Man. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? You excited for this match tonight, Galloway?
I am extremely excited for this match. Not only do I get to honk a lot as a player who will honk back at me, but we have Expert League, which is always a fun league to cast, and as well as the league that I am in, as well as you, if I'm not mistaken. So
Always
we
fun
get to
to
watch our competitors and cast them.
Yep, always fun to cast your co-players, your peers, and rip into them. But
Yeah.
if you're ready, Galloway, let's get the players into the lobby.
I am ready. I say we get these dorks in there with affection and love and compassion and see what happens. We have Unseen. We have Sir Chaka on the kickoff, and this is a good time to break down who we have in this match. We have Killer, aka Kitty, for those who know him, and Unseen for the Eagles. We have Sir Chaka and Glory Striker for the Penguins. Both of these teams are technically undefeated right now. We shall see what happens. This will be a C lineup from the Eagles, and if I remember correctly, Lasagna, if I am wrong, please inform me. But this here would be the B team.
Yeah, B team. Yeah.
And no, extremely excited to see how it goes. First shot will go to the Eagles. First two shots, I should say, and both of the saves will go to Glory Striker, who's actually a Glory defender.
The Penguins now trying to transition to offense here. Glory Striker is going to 50 against Unseen. Unseen taking it out, no boost to Chaka, also no boost. Some pressure on Chaka here. A good dunk. Now Glory Striker, one-on-one with Unseen. He's up, he beats Unseen, and he scores. Glory Striker indeed.
Indeed, this man getting the offense, getting the defense for this Penguins team is really trying to set them up for success. Able to get that first goal in a good fashion. Starting off, first flightless burb, or first team to score will be the flightless burb. There we go. English is hard, but I can manage, maybe possibly question mark, I don't know.
Yeah, Chaka's going to go up and make a touch towards mid. Unseen is up quickly, but Glory Striker, he's able to stuff that before it becomes a threat. Chaka now, no boost. He makes a touch to the corner. Makes another good 50. Glory Striker now, opportunity 1v0, and he sneaks that into the edge for the sniper goal all the way across the field. Just good position, good shot. Yeah, nothing more to it.
I think sometimes really not much more to it. It's just a good clean shot, good clean goal. Sometimes it's a clean save. Just depends on the angle you're looking at and what actually happens. But Chaka now will try to throw it to the corner to keep it away from any Eagles player. They got a good early lead. They don't want to give that up by no means, and understandable because we know how Unseen can be. We have seen Kenny before from past seasons. We know that they can easily take some games and some goals from you if you give it to them. Ace unable, or Ace Kenny unable to make it happen. I guess I'll relegate to calling him Killer, so to avoid any confusion. But my old brain just can't quite handle that lasagna.
Oh, Chaka almost putting their third on, and Glory Striker coming in with a hat trick to clean up. The Penguins coming out with just a lot of pressure, and the Gators are not really able to get a whole lot of shots on. Only 2 here for 5, both saved away by Glory Striker. Now we're moving into the 3rd minute here, and Glory Striker emerges with possession again, takes to the air. Can't do that without wings, it's cheating. And a double commit on defense just leaves net partially open. Chaka's just able to put the 4th goal in only 16 seconds.
Indeed, and you're right, Penguins aren't known for flying, but they can slide off of ice and grab some gnarly air time like a skateboarder if you're not too careful. And so far, it seems to be working all in the favor for this Penguins team, who's just out going, ripping and raring. But Ace, I keep calling him Ace, I don't know why, Kenny is trying to get the first goal and can't get it to go in against this defense, which has been solid as an iceberg up against the Titanic. And at the halfway marker, it has been really nothing but the Penguins should.
Yeah, and you can see there, Killers, he backed off there when Unseen had the ball. All these players, or not Unseen, when Chaka had the ball. Oh, he's gonna shut me up real quick. Shut up, Lasagna, I'm gonna go score. The Gators getting what they need off a little bit of a mistouch from Chaka. But, as I was saying, the Gators, they're giving Chaka a lot of space. They know he's a real threat on the field. I thought of that as Chaka was heading down the field, and Killer really he gave him a lot of space and a lot of respect. And he proves my point here. Chaka, he's able to take to the air really quick if you give him any space. And he just gets a good pinch and a good 50 into the net.
Indeed, the man, the myth, the Chaka legend himself, and making it happen. Penguins off to a very strong start here in game 1 of this series, but we have seen complete blowouts happen, then it become entirely way too close for comfort series. But we will have a a classic moment here from the Eagles franchise. Our production streamer man hitting it before the replay even shows it, being very quick about it. But man, not the way you want to give up a goal for the Eagles. But then again, you had to expect it coming, so maybe it really won't go against them. Maybe it won't daunt them. But this is not the way they wanted to start off, for sure.
Yeah, the Penguins really just can't miss in this first game, shooting 66% between the two players. Glory Striker now trying to make another one happen, and he does. He's able to sneak that under Killers, excuse me. And he really just, makes it happen, getting his 4th goal and 7th shot.
It has just been a beautiful showing here from the Penguins, who have taken us to Brazil. I'm not really familiar. Oh God, English. Not really familiar with Penguins being in Brazil, but there were Penguins in Madagascar, so I guess this ain't too far for his long shot.
Yes. Chaka, he's gonna slow down the ball in the corner. Good 50 with Unseen, but now Killer up for a shot. Glory Striker's going to turn that away. Unseen, a little bit awkward on the boost there. Leaves for Penguins clear. And Chaka's, he's going to sneak that in for the 8th goal. These Penguins are on fire tonight.
Man, on fire, but I think their iceberg is fireproofed. Because they are not melting or slowing down at all. They're just cranking out these goals. I think they're really trying to set some records tonight, help their stats books out. But Ace, again, Killer with a fantastic save. Unseen, unable to put that one away. Kenny sending that one back in. I'm just going to say every name in the books, but Unseen, only having one name to worry about, able to throw that in. And now we have first Brazil, now Barcelona.
Yes, a full world tour come through in this first game against Penguins and Eagles. Going for the, 11th kickoff, goes in Penguins' favor. With Glory Striker merging with possession. He's going to take this back to the corner. And Killer with a nasty boost steal there. He's trying to keep the pressure on. Chaka beats him, but low boost. He's got to make something happen. And he can't quite, but it goes out to the Eagles' corner. And now Unseen. He might have a shooting opportunity here, and he can't get around it in time. It's too awkward. Glory Striker, a good 50 as a clear all the way down the field. And might I just add, in the final seconds tick down here, both Penguins have over 800 points, with Glory Striker in the 1,000-point club. The sheer just offensive pressure and goal scoring capability that they're putting on in this first game. What do you think about that?
I mean, it was oppressive. It was offensive, and it was brutal to watch from this Penguins team coming out here, spanking the heinies of this Eagles team. It's not really any pretty way to put it, but it was the first game of the series. Not every team is always right off the bat get go strong. Maybe this Eagles team is still warming up. We don't know what the situation beforehand was, how they felt, how they looked. So hopefully, game 2, we'll see what they have to offer for us. But Lasagna, after a game like that, you have to start to worry if that will wear down the mental before the comeback can even begin.
Yeah, and it's important to note that on stream you got to wait the 60 seconds between each match. Unseen and Killer are they're just able to take a break for a second to cool off these presumably already cool penguins. But yeah, they've got some stuff to talk about in that minute.
Instead of ice in the other team, I guess they're firing the other team. I don't know.
They got a minute to talk, and now they're back. And already, they're getting some offensive pressure here. Killer, he's going to take this to the corner. And, oh man, Unseen is able to keep that out in the first 15 seconds. He's hoping to stop the bleeding here. And now the Eagles back on offense again. Unseen's going to take this slow. A beat and a little bit of an awkward play on the goal line. Chaka, he's able to keep that out. And he's now transitioning to offense. A dribble and very interesting flick. Almost goes in. But it's not over yet. Killer now. He's taking it out. And Chaka, he's just able to keep this ball in and keep the pressure up with boost steals. He didn't get that one, but you get the point.
Indeed, I did. But the fact that it's still scoreless right now is a win for the Eagles. Oh, never mind. It's no longer a win for the Eagles as a big save coming out from Sir Chaka. What should have been an Eagles goal is instead going to be a goal going for the Penguins. The fact that those goals hadn't happened yet until now is still a win. But the fact that the first goal wasn't for the Eagles, that's incredibly devastating for this Eagles team. But Lasagna, I don't think we're quite done seeing them mount a fierce comeback. Eagles are not known for being soft, kind, predatory birds. They are vicious and precise.
Yeah, and now a 2v0 on net. Unseen tries to toss that mid, and Glory Striker's able to cover it up. Unseen, he puts a shot on, and Chaka, awkward on the backboard, is not able to get a good touch to clear. And Eagles, they take their equalizer, and they take it fiercely, as they're back. They're playing so much better than that first match.
Indeed they are, and this is how they need to play. They just need to get aggressive, get in the face of this Penguins team, not get too carried away with it, but they do need to actually be interfering like that right there from Killer, who gets the bump on the back end of that car that will pitch out in front of the net. Unseen is able to get there, and we have a lead from this Eagles team for the first time. And Lasagna, I did say that we have seen, I believe I said this, I've casted so much tonight between different leagues, I may have got my matches mixed up. But I know at some point I said earlier tonight, we have seen teams who have dominated game one, then all of a sudden it's a tight series after that. Right now the Eagles are making me a believer that philosophy still holds.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more aggression from the Eagles, especially from Killer. He proves my point just diving at that there for the beat. He's been bumping a lot, as that last goal was reminiscent of. Unseen, looking for the double, can't get it. Still a good opportunity though. Chaka, no boost. Dodges a bump. Now he has boost. He might. Now he opts to leave this for the Eagles to take out. He doesn't want to overcommit and continue giving up goals.
Indeed, that's been a good save by Glory. Still the ever so strong striker or defender. But Chaka now taking it off to the wall, but can't get it past Killer, who throws that 50 towards the net. Unseen trying to sink it home. Unable to get it past Glory defender, who is now popping it up, trying to become a striker, but can't get it to go in. Killer will send it out, but loses the 50 to Chaka. who goes for the 50 against Unseen, but that ball does go right into Glory, who's able to send that midfield. Killer able to take it and push it along the way. A good play by, I believe that was the Chocomeister himself, and it was. Just kind of stall it down and kill it. That ball that will get away from the Penguins. That would be up for Unseen if he goes, but a good call for him to not do so, as Chaka was in the air very quickly for it. And the fact that Killer did not go there is baffling to me. He had the boost, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he had a roughly 40 to 50 boost. I think he just turned. I think he turned the opposite direction away from the ball. I think that's what really delayed him getting to that when he had the other team beat. And that mistake will cost him as it ties up the game 2-2.
Yeah, it is definitely not over yet for either team. The Penguins, a little bit of panic there. After just getting their equalizer goal, you can't throw it away now. Unseen, puts us back into the corner. Glory Striker, good clear. He's going to follow this up to the Eagles' corner. Unseen, good corner play though. Takes that out, over Chaka. Glory Striker, a good demo to relieve some pressure, but Unseen does not need a teammate where he's going, and it is into the net. Unseen hat trick puts the Eagles up a goal with a minute left.
Indeed, Unseen. Oh, I mean, there's a reason why he got a hat trick. He's Unseen. This team just doesn't know when he's shooting the ball, and it seems to be apparent because there was nobody there to challenge him for that once he shot it. But there's still plenty of time for the Penguins team to tie it up. We can easily get ourselves an OT or even an extension of the lead. Penguins taking the lead back from him. It's just the way of knowing. But what I do know is Unseen is able to split the defense as if he's Moses with the Red Sea, and he will get his fourth goal.
Yeah, neither of the Penguins with much boost there. You've Killer to thank for that. I believe he took all of the pads, and as well as one of the big boosts in the corner from the Penguin side. Unseen, is he going for 5? Almost. You just can't sneak that under the crossbar. But Chaka now, he's looking, and he cuts the lead in half off of a little bit of an over-aggressive play off of kickoff. Killer thought he might get a chance at the rebound, but Chaka just solid defense. He knows when the net's open.
That he does, but we have 42 seconds remaining. Still, anyway, for this game to end up, Killer will be taking that off of Glory's car in the midair, but nothing will happen from that. Unseen in a precarious situation, able to get the touch to the corner, however, to avoid that. Tries to pass it out mid. Killer wasn't there fast enough to throw that on target, and is now having to contend with Chaka, but that will be an open shot if Unseen can touch it, which he cannot. Killer going for the bang off the backboard pass. That ball awkward touch. That's going to be a challenge by both the Eagles and Penguins. Goes in nobody's favor. Killer unable to find the net twice in a row, and it seems like we will have Eagles winning this game as Penguins are unable to keep it up. We have ourselves a tied series.
The Eagles, I don't know what they must have been talking about in that minute left to come back and just win 4-3 after just such a devastating loss in game 1.
A bunch of patriotic screeching, I bet.
But whatever they were doing, it was definitely working. 10 shots to 6, just a complete reversal of game 1 in terms of pressure. And the Eagles, they're hot now.
That they are, but the fact is, when the Penguins were hot, they were shutting down the Eagles completely. When the Eagles got hot, it was still a tight game, but the Eagles are, as far as I've seen from I can't quite remember the last series I watched them where I casted them as well, but I know from the time we played them and the time that I'm seeing now, they are a slow to start team. At least this combo here, because I've seen them twice now. But once they get going, It is up to the opposing team to get them out of that rhythm. So we'll see if the Penguins can react to that. We'll see if they can adapt and mix it up or get them out of rhythm, out of sync. If they can do that, I think the Penguins stand a fairly good chance. But if they can't, this Eagles team is poised to just take it away.
Yeah, and I really feel like that balance breaker is going to come from Glory Striker. We saw him perform and then some in game 1 and now. Just great kickoff shot. He puts it in 92, a steamer off of wall. And yeah, his Game 1 performance definitely is overshadowing a little bit of a lackluster Game 2 performance. If I remember correctly, he only had about 250 points opposed to the 1100 he had Game 1. He was really making a difference there. He's trying to make a difference now with a good shot and a demo. A little bit of a mistouch there. He's unable to get to it. Bringing it to Chaka and a pinch. Nice. Almost an Eagles equalizer. Glory Striker with a good 50. 2v0 on the Eagles net, but one of them is rushing back. He gets there. It's unseen. A good 50 out to the corner. And Killer, I believe, or no, that was unseen. No, it was Killer. I was right my first time. I believe he might have switched to a Fennec, actually. He just puts this all the way down net, and Chaka getting a little bit of a mistouch. And unseen, a little homage to the Eagles in the game chat. I know you guys at home can't see that, but a little bit of friendly banter exchange between the teams. Love to see it.
Indeed, indeed. We always love to see it, especially when teams can laugh off a mistake or laugh off funny happenings. But unseen, get in the air first. Can't quite get it low enough. Killer unable to get there fast enough. And the Penguins will send that out. Chaka fighting to send this, and Glory will get there to get control and try to pop it. A good challenge there by Unseen, but that ball is still awkwardly near their goal. Glory trying to get his car under control. Can't figure it out. Must be the stick shift all of a sudden, and the stick must have broke off in the middle of transition. But Chaka able to take away now, trying to take it into the air. Can't get the touch he wants. Unseen. Challenging, Glory will pop it up. Chaka able to win that, but gets demoed for it, and that will be just a little too awkward to try to win that in a 2v1, especially with only one boost to his name. But this is a very close game, very tight Game 3. This is exactly what we would expect from these two teams, Lasagna. Right now, both of them are living up perfectly to my expectations. I just can't wait until more time passes so we can see what's going to happen.
Yeah, Unseen trying to make something happen here. A little bit of an awkward play, but it works out. He takes it into the corner. Glory Striker, he's there quick. Going for a dunk, unable to get it. Now Chaka, alone in the corner. He's got a full tank of boost and the ball in the air. Let's see what he can do. He gets dunked out by Unseen. Now Glory, 0 on the backboard. He sends it, but Killer is up, and Chaka, excuse me, he's keeping that out. And an awkward play. Killer's gonna half flip to get some distance and get another bang. It's just some really back and forth gameplay. 3 shots apiece to either team. Make that, no, that does not register as a shot. Still 3 shots apiece. And just some pretty equal pressure. As you said, these teams are not one to try and give up a goal all of a sudden.
Not at all.
Although, Killer now. He's taking this back to his backboard. He's up. Glory Striker. A good touch. Unseen's able to get that pass out of the way. Now Chaka. A touch to the corner. Unseen's able to shoot that. And Glory Striker. He's awkward at front post. A little bit of a... not necessarily a poor rotation, but an awkward one leaves him in a poor position for the shot Unseen puts on.
Indeed. And just... I like that he stays so tight, so close to that front post. But if you stay on that side of it, that close to the player and the front post, it can leave you open to those awkward shots that you would normally be able to react to if you had that little bit more spacing. So incredibly awkward and unfortunate. But Unseen now going up for it. Will get stuffed by Chaka. That was a Penguins double commit. Chaka doing the Lord's work, getting the 50 there, and then a bump after to keep this Eagles team from getting in control. And due to Chaka's hard efforts, Glory Striker able to get in there, hit the wide open net. Chaka, you absolutely love to see the bully boy. And just, you can tell he used to be a Gators because he was just there for the aggression.
Absolutely. Chaka there proving pivotal with a lot of physical play. And now he's might prove pivotal again off kickoff, but Unseen, a good save. Now Glory Striker rushing back, gets a demo on Killers. Now the transition to offense. He gets a bang towards middle on net. Killer with a good touch. He's going to go grab that boost in the corner there. And he's going to turn a little bit aggressively, but it works out. Now Unseen gets stuffed by Glory pretty early into that shot. But a good passing play up the field. It goes awkward in Eagles center, but Unseen able to keep that out. Now Killer, he's getting a lot of bumps on Chaka there. He's bully ball a little bit. And a little bit awkward. Neither Penguins player with any boost. And Killer he just powerful shot on net. Awkward defense. It's a recipe for a goal.
Indeed it is. A good goal it was. Able to give the lead to his team there. Eagles trying to get back into this, trying to take the lead on this series instead of having to fight from behind. Trying to give up a second game. You never want to go. Oh, avoided the demo there. This is so Chaka. But you never want to go down against either one of these teams in the series. In all honesty, you do not, especially the Penguin team, which has been so good, so on it. But Killer now going in the air, trying to extend that lead if he can. Will send it awkwardly into the corner off of a mistouch. Penguins beaten out Unseen, but Killer able to get through that midfield, get there. Will lose the 50, however. Glory trying to put it mid, couldn't get the touch he wanted, but Chaka put it right out of reach of Unseen, and we have ourselves a tied ball game with 9 seconds left on this clock in Lasagna. Not quite how I anticipated this ball going in, but I did anticipate this 2v1 Penguins to work out, and it sure enough did.
Yeah, Killer there. He got dunked a little bit. It was surprisingly aggressive. Oh! Now it's a counterattack. 0 seconds on the clock. Whatever I was about to say did not matter. They scored.
You know, if Glory Striker had any boost, Lasagna, he was diving straight in for that. You know he would have.
Yeah, I thought it was a goal for sure until I saw that empty white circle there. Just a little bit unfortunate if you're the Penguins, but what are you gonna do if you don't have any boost?
Very
not,
true.
Not a whole lot. The Eagles going down the field. Glory now with 0 boost again. Unseen's gonna take that into the other Penguins corner. Chaka, it's a little bit of a free ball, a little bit awkward there, but the bully boy comes back and gets another demo. This overtime. Unseen, he gets a pass, but a good beat from the Penguins on defense. Killer now, also trying to go for some demos. Leaves Chaka with the ball. He beats one, he demos the other. And the king of demo plays, well, actually no, that's Stoops, but the king of Expert League demo plays, we'll say, is he's back, and he wants that overtime win.
Back indeed, baby, and Gators are now at match point. It's a 2-1. Unseen, so close to getting that to happen, but could not quite get the ball to go in his favor. We, I think, are easily due for a game 5 full run down the road game, but Penguins, with how well they've been playing, how disruptive Sir Chaka has been, it could easily go either way. It truly could. And both these teams talking about how Unseen was so close that he hit it on their screens. Both Penguins and Eagles said that he saw him touched it. But that's Rocket League for you. Sometimes these servers are crap. Sometimes it looks like you phase through it and it's a ghost touch. But either way, that will tell you just how close that was, Lasagna. Just how incredibly close. But we do have match point, and now it's up to the Eagles to win 2 in a row.
Yeah, it really hurts if you're Unseen and you know you hit that ball, but the servers just said no. But yeah, you really just gotta shake it off and
calm down, Taylor Swift. You lost the Super Bowl.
We have a player disconnect.
Killer got disconnected, but he is back in, so we'll get these players going up. That's rock and roll. Good sportsmanship of these players to see that and instantly back out and not start that match. No, I don't care how this series goes, Lasagna. but each player on this field deserves your love, no matter who you are, just for that sportsmanship.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of my favorite parts of FDL. We get a lot of sportsmanship here. I say as Killer chases Chaka down to get the demo, but that
A
might...
lot of not toxicity as he goes for the absolute murder.
Yeah, we have a little bit awkward for Killer. He doesn't have any boost. Now Chaka up. He's in the air. Penguin in the air. Killer now. He's gonna take this towards the other side. Dunks out Glory Striker, bullies him, and Chaka has to jump up and use all his boost for the save there. And another pass, a little awkward angle for Killer. He's not gonna put that one on, but the Eagles, they're coming out kind of hot, trying to take back what the servers took from them, and there it is. Pressure finally causes them to fold, and Chaka is just out of boost, out of position, and unable to get to the ball.
Indeed, Eagles get that first goal unseen, just doing unseen things. He has been a huge factor in scoring against this Penguins team, but Chaka has just been an absolute legend in his own right, winning 50s, getting bumps, getting goals, able to set up a 50 there in the midfield. Killer getting the 50 to set up unseen, but unseen, unable to win it, and Glory deciding to back off, get Chaka the love, and Chaka sending it home to tie this game up so quickly. And just, oh man, I'm just in love with this series right now.
Yeah, it's a great one to finish off our night here. You can see in the back there, if you're paying some close attention, Glory Striker actually comes out of nowhere to bump Killer, as he does again here. Chaka goes for a 50. Oh, this is really dangerous. Killer gets bumped. A interesting clear by Unseen, but it works just fine. Unseen, he's going to put this to the corner. And Chaka's going to take control. And he almost gets the dunk there. That would have been crazy. And the Penguins, they're kind of trying to get their pressure of their own to get a second goal here. Close this out in 4 games and make the casters sad that we don't get 5.
You know, it would be incredibly sad to not get 5 for these two teams. But at the same time, it would not be surprising with how well this Penguins team has been. Just how on their game, just how well they're playing these 50s and just winning the challenges. How patient they've been, but Glory unable to send it in. Chaka reading it, putting it back in for the second chance. Just a little bit of no boost situation for Killer. He does go a little bit too far in. Spun out again instead of just stopping in his place. He gambled on it going one way when instead it went straight at him, and it just proved to be fatal as Penguins do now go up 2-1.
There's no reason why the Eagles shouldn't be able to come back, but a demo play and a little bit of help from Killer allows Chaka to score his that's his 3rd for tonight on this match. But the Penguins, they're coming out cold for this game 4. They really do not want another overtime play like that. It's on their nerves. I feel that.
Yeah, and OTs are going to be nerve-wracking for the winning team because that could easily be the sign of the comeback, and the other team just absolutely get on a hot streak. But at the same time, if you're the team who needs to go, you have to send everything while at the same time playing perfectly and patiently. It's very nerve-wracking for both teams for different reasons. That said, this midfield game of love, tug of war, whatever you want to call it, it's so fun. It's really fun to watch. But both Eagles, low boost. This could be very dangerous. But Unseen grabbing the corner, is able to take it to the other side. Is going to go for the touch, but not quite the one he would have liked, I'm sure. He's going to have to force Killer to take control of it into this corner, especially as his teammate gets demoed. But he's doing a good job of moving that ball down the field against both of these Penguins until that little mistake there. And if Chaka can land, which he does, that will be a wide open goal as Killer has 0 boost to get back with. And Penguins now up by 3. And this is starting to be an incredibly dire position for the Eagles, Lasagna. They have got to unbolt that kitchen sink and the bathtub as well and start throwing them both.
Yeah, it remained unvoiced, but I know that the Penguins, they tend to play a little bit of a game of just infuriating 50-50s and demos come the last game when they get up a goal. I had this happen to me, and man, it is a tough spot if you're the Eagles. Because you never seem to have any boost, and the Penguins always seem to be right there to block your shot like Chaka is. Right there. And they're playing a careful game. There has been really not one Penguin overcommit once they got up a goal or two. And the Eagles, only 1 minute left, and the Penguins lead almost growing again, only growing. It's 5-1. They need to score a goal every 10 seconds if they want to push this to a game 5.
Indeed, not undoable, but certainly not feasible. Not where you want to be, but it's doable. It's not really a lot. It's not really a lot of ways you can sugarcoat it. Talk this up. Bloviating is not going to work in this situation because it is just such a daunting task, especially against this Penguins team. But as time is running down, it is slowly becoming more and more improbable. That's going to be an awkward touch, and Achaka can dunk this in, which he could not, but set up his teammate perfectly. Perfectly. And now, Lasagna, there's only one question remaining. Will we go to Brazil once more?
Maybe. Oh, Killer has thrown in the towel. He's saying GG's in chat. I hope he plays the last one of this out. We've seen a lot of sportsmanlike conduct so far. Hope we can see it till the end of the match here. It looks like, yes, he will be playing the rest of this out. Good man. But yeah, it's not uncommon to see a lot of goals scored.
And we got Brazil.
Brazil with an Eagles moment. Killer, whether intentional or not, did not look very intentional there. Has accidentally made another Brazil and another Eagles moment. But yeah, it's not uncommon to see teams go down a couple more goals when they're already facing a tough spot because they got to abandon some defense.
Very true, and you know, I said there's only one question remaining, and that's if we go to Brazil. But Lasagna, I was setting you up, and you failed me because there's actually two questions. Do we go to Barcelona for a second time? We will see if the Eagles can get themselves a kickoff goal. Not very feasible, but it is possible if that goes up off the wall, and it does. If Unseen can somehow get control of his car, that ball can stay up, but it cannot, and we do not go to Barcelona for the second time, and that is the series. That is Penguins in 4, winning against the Eagles, and a very tight match here and there, but started off with domination and ended with domination. And we will see if we can get these Penguins in the interview booth. Sir Chaka, Gloria Striker, hopefully we can get both of them. But Sir Chaka hitting that 1,000-point mile high club. Congratulations. You really, it wasn't just one player from either team, but I think Chaka had a lot of the highlights to really set up a lot of the players that happened. Definitely was a key playmaker in this team.
Absolutely. Now, as we wait for these guys to get in here, I just got to notice that most of the games that the Penguins won, we had a standout player. In this game 4, it was Chaka reaching 1,000-point club, and in game 1, I believe it was Glory Striker reaching 1,000-point club. Just the Penguins were kind of looking for a standout player to help them win that game there. And here they are, in fact. Penguins, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you for your performance. Thank you for the show.
I try my best. I really No, I don't know. Those some weird games, man. 8-2, and then it's overtime, 8-2.
Well, I had said at the beginning that this Eagles team is one that's typically seemed to be slow to start. They really pick it up, and it's just a matter of whether the other team knocks them out of that rhythm or not. And y'all certainly knocked them out of that rhythm, and then just retook the gear stick because you just kept it pedal to the metal, and whatever vehicle you got there, whatever kind of gear. I'm starting to lose track. I don't know vehicles, and I'm slowly, painfully making that aware to everybody. But I'll start talking about that. Let's talk about how great you are. Good job.
Yeah, man, it was good. This is my first time ever in any competitive tournament, so I think that might have. The first game, I was pretty anxious to try and put on a good show. I didn't feel any nerves after that second game that we got scored on first. I was like, uh oh. But fortunately, I've known Chaka long enough. We were able to talk things out and figure out what we needed to do.
And that's good because that's where I was trying to get to with my awkward falling apart of my analogies. I was trying to go to. 'Cause I had heard that this was your first performance for FDL in your own stream. So I was going to say congrats for not letting the pressure get to you, though you said you might be feeling it. But y'all two played perfectly off of each other. Chaka making a lot of the big plays to set people up, but you weren't just Glory Striker, you were Glory Defender as well. You were doing a lot of work.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Lasagna, I'll stop talking. I'll let you get some questions in. I'm sorry.
Thank you. So, just a quick question. Those 1,000-point club matches, you guys were really standout, especially I believe it was Chaka at the last game and you Glory Striker at the first game. But that second game, when the Gators took that W over you guys, I noticed that neither of you guys really had a particularly standout performance. Not to say it was lackluster. You guys played well, but Glory Striker, you had a almost 1,100 point performance, followed up by I believe just about a 200 point performance. Like, what was going on there? If you care to enlighten us.
Yeah, no, me and Chaka were definitely talking about it that game. We're like, how do we go? What's the problem here? Is it no boost? Is it whatever? I pretty much main threes, and I think at least in that second game after or the third game when we took OT, they started kind of clicking a little bit for me. I was like, man, maybe I'm actually just not staying close enough to you. I'm doing like these wide threes rotations where I'm all the way back. Here's sometimes where Chaka was clearing the way, getting demos, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm nowhere near him. But I think it just came down to us learning to communicate together how we needed to. Like I said, I've never played before, so my comms are kind of just like I'm getting boost, I'm hitting the ball, So
Yeah.
maybe it was a little bit more specific in the last couple of games where I was like, hey, I'm back left boost. Hey, I'm staying on the ball or going solo. Just that kind of vibe.
Yeah, the solo queue lifestyle changes a man.
I mean, it wasn't just like us changing. They also changed their gameplay. They
Oh
went
yeah.
from it felt like they just weren't pressing anything to Unseen was just on every ball.
Oh yeah, he knew where to be. We were saying that third game or that second game, I was like every ball we were clearing going right to him. So it was either we were terrible at clearing, or man was reading that game.
Yeah, they definitely brought it for game 2 and game 3, and then I think game 4 we just finally clicked and we just started getting a bunch of passing plays and a bunch of solos going.
I think another thing that really helped out was just you being such a disruptive factor, Chaka. Getting in there, getting those bumps, getting those demos. You doing your classic Chaka-esque
Yeah,
play style.
I'm a ground guy, man. I don't do shit in the air. I just kind of hit the ball.
Well, Lasagna, I don't know if you have any more questions for these gentlemen, do you?
Nope, my jar is empty.
Well, I got one more, and that's just: is there anybody y'all want to? Congratulations for the great win. Is there anybody that y'all want to give a homage to or shout out to? Just anybody y'all want to call out, whatever.
I go first, Chaka.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh god, keep it simple, please.
I just want to shout out the Penguins for giving me a shot. I got a call one day from Chaka saying, "Hey, you want to come try out?" I said, "Sure." Never done anything,
Aw,
so
so sweet.
just thanks to the team for letting me join and give me the confidence for these first couple matches.
I want to shout out our ex teammate A Sony for leaving the team so that I could get Jack on the team. That was a pretty awesome move from them.
100 IQ.
Leaving the team, forcibly removed from the team. What's the difference?
It was.
Either way, it seemed like it was for the better, right?
It's always for the better.
With how great of a personality Striker here seems to be, do you prefer Striker, Glory, or it don't really matter?
It don't matter. You can call me whatever.
All right, well, I'm gonna call you Boo from now on. With how great of a personality Boo has here, it's been an absolute blast to have y'all into this booth, and thank you for the show. But that has been it for the 10 o'clock hour. Congratulations to this Penguins bringing home a big W to the franchise. I know the GM is happy about that, especially after his team in the previous hour not able to get the win. So thanks for avenging your franchise. But that has been it. We do have some more matches, and as far as I'm aware, we still have a full lineup of matches tomorrow. So come back 8 o'clock. We'll be here to provide more entertainment. But until then, for me and Lasagna and Thor in the production booth, we appreciate you showing up.